You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted Best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices on this Wednesday, November 26th, 2025. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here's what's happening. 2 National Guard members from West Virginia were shot earlier today, just blocks from the White House. An original report had mentioned that the guardsmen had been killed, but newer details from the West Virginia governor said that his office was receiving conflicting reports on their condition. The governor's office did not immediately respond to questions about the attack and the condition of the troops. A suspect who was in custody also was shot and had wounds that were not believed to be life-threatening, according to a law enforcement official who was not authorized to discuss the matter publicly. This is the latest information we have from the Associated Press, and News 25 will continue to follow the story. More news now. A teen from Henderson has been missing for 11 days, and there has been no communication since he left. Officials are asking for the public's help. News 25's Haley Grabby has more in this report.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children is asking for the public's help in locating a missing 16-year-old boy from Henderson, Nevada. Riley Monk was last seen on November 15th, 2025, and has now been missing for 11 days. Riley is described as 6 feet tall, weighing around 240 pounds, with hazel eyes and brown/blonde hair. Authorities believe he may still be in Nevada, but say it's also possible he has traveled out of state. His mother says Riley's disappearance is extremely out of character. She also says that he has never gone missing before and there has been no communication since he left. She shared an emotional message for her son saying, "Riley, I love you and I just want you to come home safely. I will always be there for you." If you have any information about Riley or his disappearance, please contact the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678.
Well, the Armed Forces Chamber Resource Fair is happening December 4th. People that have open court cases can possibly be helped at this event. Purpose is to get these folks back on track and into the courtroom. News 25 spoke with Judge Matthew Walker, who presides over the Veterans Treatment Court. Chris Palermo here on News 25, and we are so delighted to have Judge Matt Walker from the court right out of downtown Las Vegas. Judge, welcome so much for coming out to Pahrump and News 25.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
All right, so we have a special event coming up December 4th. You want to assist veterans. Now, this is, let's say, specifically a legal-centric kind of event, or we are also talking about social services you could maybe assist them with?
That's correct. It's more of a holistic event. We're calling it a resource fair. Okay. We're going to have vendors in to provide connections to services, but we're hosting it in the court as an idea to marry those two things together. Anyone that has armed forces service to back them in an armed forces service background and has open cases in Las Vegas Municipal Court that they need help addressing. Maybe they have obligations that they haven't satisfied, financial obligations, court obligations, and they're just not sure what to do with their case to get things back on track. We want to see those folks come in. They may have cases in warrant. Maybe they missed a court date and they're not sure how to approach that. We want to see those folks come in and give them a chance to get back on track.
An inaugural event, right?
It is, yeah. This is the first time we're hosting an event of this type. Municipal Court has bench warrant quashing events in the past, but those are primarily aimed at indigent defendants.
Okay.
I preside over our Veterans Treatment Court, and so one of the things as the presiding judge over that court is I want to help armed forces veterans that maybe don't qualify for our court, but that could still use assistance in our criminal justice system. And so we kind of came up with this idea of doing a veteran-centric case management an event.
So it sounds like your brainchild? your idea?
It is. I'm working in partnership with the Armed Forces Chamber, and they're reaching out to a lot of their contacts so that we can make sure, like I said, the idea is we do want, when folks come in, we want them to be able to handle not just whatever pending criminal matters they have, but also whatever shortfalls or whatever challenges they're facing when it comes to everyday life skills.
Okay, so warrant quashing. Now, we were kind of half joking where someone may come in front of you on this date, on December 4th, and it's not like you look at them and say, "Oh, I like the way you look. You're good. You're all set."
No, I mean, we do want it to be a little bit informal. That's anytime somebody comes in for something like this, if they are in warrant, there's always a concern. I don't want to just show up and end up in cuffs. The point of this event is not to execute warrants. It's to address how people, the qualifying veterans got off track to begin with. What's going on with your case? Why did you miss court? Are you having trouble paying your fines? Are you having trouble taking your classes? Do you just not know what to do? Mm-hmm. And it's in that sense, the idea is we'll get people the right direction. We'll get them return court dates to make some progress. And in hopefully there are going to be cases that we can just plain close out, depending on the circumstances.
So I'm guessing now, with coming here on News 25 and coming out and taking your valuable time coming to Pahrump, the big thing is the outreach.
Absolutely.
To let people know. So we're going to continue, but I want you to just give us the basics: where, when, and what exactly is going to go on when they go out there.
Right. So the event's going to start at 10 a.m. on December 4th. It's going to be at Las Vegas Municipal Court. That's at 100 East Clark, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's the big courthouse right across from City of Las Vegas City Hall. When they come in, they'll go through the security checkpoint, and there'll be someone there to refer them to the fourth floor, is primarily where the criminal portion is going to be taking place, where the court portion is. And vendors will be placed throughout the courthouse, so they'll be directed to the appropriate service provider depending on what they need.
And coming up, as usual, the Pahrump Holiday Task Force is doing great work. It's your chance, no questions asked, for a free Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. You're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Pahrump Holiday Task Force is hosting a free Thanksgiving Day dinner at Nye Communities Coalition. On the actual holiday itself, Michelle Caird from the organization has more information about this annual event.
Hi, I'm Michelle Caird with the Pahrump Holiday Task Force. I'd like to invite everybody to our Community Thanksgiving Day dinner from 11 to 2 on November 27, Thanksgiving Day. The event is open to everyone, free of charge. We will be having turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberries, rolls, and of course, pie. So bring the family. We'd love to see you all there. If you'd like more information, you can find it on our Facebook page at Pahrump Holiday Task Force. And if you'd like to volunteer or donate, please go to pahrumpholiday.taskforce@gmail.com. Again, our event is going to be from 11 to 2 at the Nye Communities Coalition. And our address is going to be at 1020 East Wilson Road. It's the Nye Communities Coalition building, and we hope to have you there. Thanks.
And let's keep the festive mood going, because the holiday season is about to shine a little brighter here in Pahrump. Crews have been busy prepping one of the Valley's most recognizable Christmas traditions. Mikey Ruhan has more.
Anyone driving through the intersection of highways 160 and 372 this week probably noticed Valley Electric crews are putting up a familiar sight, that tall, artificial evergreen that signals the start of the holiday season in the valley. It's all preparation for this year's community Christmas tree lighting, a tradition sponsored by KNYE Radio and owner Karen Jackson, whose love for the town inspired what's become a centerpiece for local Christmas celebrations. The event began years ago with a fresh-cut tree placed near Saddle West before moving to its now iconic home outside the Pahrump Nugget. And this year's community Christmas tree lighting is happening this Saturday, November 29th at 6 p.m. in the southwest corner of the Pahrump Nugget parking lot.
All right, we're looking forward to that, and we'll see you down there Saturday night. Local law enforcement, in conjunction with the Pahrump Valley Museum, will be holding a self-defense class next Tuesday here in Pahrump for senior women. More details in this report. On Tuesday, December 2nd at 10 a.m., Pahrump Valley Museum is offering a class in self-defense. A posting from their Facebook page reads, "Ladies, come learn how to protect yourself. The Nye County Sheriff's Office and the Pahrump Valley Museum are again holding a class for ladies to learn what they can do to protect themselves. The class was requested by senior ladies who want to know how to be safer in their home, and when they are out, please come join us at the Pahrump Valley Museum. That's happening Tuesday, December 2nd at 10 a.m. Pahrump Valley Museum is in Pahrump at 401 East Basin Ave. Their phone number is 775-751-1970, and News 25 will be there covering the event. All right, the 2025 Las Vegas Grand Prix set a new viewership record. Mikey has that, more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The 2025 edition of the Las Vegas Grand Prix set a new viewership record according to ESPN. Saturday night's race averaged about 1.5 million viewers, the largest audience in the event's 3-year history. The previous record was 1.3 million viewers from the inaugural Grand Prix in 2023. An earlier start time likely helped boost the numbers. This year's race began at 10:52 p.m. Eastern, which counts as early in Vegas, and borderline responsible everywhere else. Viewership peaked at 1.8 million between 11:45 and midnight. In hockey news, the Vegas Golden Knights welcomed the Ottawa Senators this evening. Meanwhile, the Foley Entertainment Group announced a full lineup of events and retail promotions for Gold Friday, Silver Saturday, and Medieval Monday. Fans can expect new merchandise, exclusive discounts, and gifts with purchase across Golden Knights and Henderson Silver Knights stores. Perfect for anyone who has ever thought, I love this team, but I need at least 3 more hoodies to prove it. And in football, the Las Vegas Raiders visit LA this Sunday to take on the Chargers. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Well, the Pilgrims didn't know how to do it, but we're going to tell you how to deep fry a turkey. Coming up, you're watching News 25.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Home Depot is here now with tips on how to deep fry a turkey safely and responsibly.
You don't have to wait for Thanksgiving to enjoy a delicious deep-fried turkey. With a few safety tips and some culinary know-how, you can fry up a crispy, juicy bird whenever you like. Here's what you'll need to deep fry a turkey outdoors. Once you've read up on your particular fryer and its safety precautions, set up your cooking space. It should be on a hard, level surface at least 10 feet from your home, with no limbs or hanging objects overhead. Next, determine how much peanut oil you're going to need to add to the pot. Place the thawed turkey in the basket, then place them both down in the fryer. Add water until it reaches the top of the turkey. Then lift both out, allowing the water to drain back into the fryer. Now place a dipstick into the pot and mark the water level on it. Use this as your guide when it's time to add oil. After discarding the water, pat the turkey dry inside and out, then return it to the refrigerator. Before you begin preparations, be sure to allow 12 to 14 hours to thoroughly thaw a frozen turkey. Then remove the neck and giblets, discarding the wrap and organs. Remove any excess fat, then dry the bird thoroughly inside and out to avoid pockets of moisture. These can create dangerous oil spatters later. If your fryer isn't large enough to accommodate your turkey, separate the legs and thighs so you can fry them separately. Then add any injectable flavorings, seasonings, or marinades. Now make small incisions under the neck, wings, and legs so the oil will drain quickly when you pull it from the fryer. To ready the fryer, add oil up to your predetermined fill line and heat it to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, monitoring it with a thermometer. Once the oil is hot, turn off the burner and lower the empty basket into the pot for about 30 seconds to preheat. Now remove it, place the turkey in the basket, and slowly lower them both into the hot oil. Turn the burner back on and cook the turkey about 3 to 4 minutes per pound until it reaches its ideal temperature. For example, a 10-pound turkey should cook between 30 and 40 minutes. Once done, turn the burner off and slowly lift the basket from the pot. Then place it on a rack or paper towels to drain. To help seal in the flavor, let the bird sit for 20 minutes before moving to the carving board. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
That's the Leonard and Rowe Weather Cam, and we're looking out over Nevada State Bank on Route 160 in Pahrump. And this time of the season, in the sky, you can't tell if it is the sunset or the sunrise. We've got a complete forecast coming up in a bit, maybe some scattered showers for the weekend.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo giving you your weather forecast from the anchor desk. In Fernley today, it was 56 degrees. They're going down to 29. Fallon's going down to 25 tonight. Get the blankets out. High of 55 with them. Carson City 60. Tonopah 54 today. Goldfield was mining 56 degrees. Ain't nowhere near 80 in Beatty. 67 today. 38 for those folks tonight. Amargosa 70. Las Vegas 67. Death Valley respectable 76 degrees. 51 for a low for those folks tonight. 61 currently in Pahrump and the region. Sun rose this morning, as you saw there, 6:31 in the morning, 34% humidity, and the wind north direction, 2 miles an hour. High today, 67. It wasn't a bad day at all, and like I said, it's 61 degrees. Currently, your sun went down, well, just about an hour ago. 47% humidity and the easterly direction on the wind, 3 miles an hour, 41 degrees. Tonight for your low, which is not too bad. Tomorrow, I hope you have a nice moist turkey. 67 and sunny. We'll see some clouds here and there. Friday, sunny, abundant sunshine on Saturday and Sunday, 63. Monday, 61. Tuesday, 61. Next Wednesday, 55 degrees, lows near 40 degrees. We are just about seasonable. Okay, well, a special programming note here from News 25, KPVM TV. Tomorrow we will not have a newscast, but as usual, you can find updated information and search us News 25 KPVM TV on Facebook, and we'll be back here with Turkey Digested on Friday. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight. Chris Palermo, News 25. Make it a great Thanksgiving.